Welcome to my Tech Q&A, where I try to answer your questions in both blog and vlog format. Let's get to it. What is the target operating model for a cloud? Alright fellas, it's time to move to AWS. Sick of waiting 3 months for this server to provision. Let's do it. Alright, I need to set up my admin account. Do you need one as well? Let me give you one. A few moments later. That scenario is very common in other businesses. How does a target operating model help solve this problem? A target operating model is kind of like a framework or a blueprint that allows organizations to operate in a hyperscaler with a structured approach. It covers both the people, process, and technology to run in a hyperscaler, as well as give a structured approach to map business goals to technology processes. A good target operating model for a hyperscaler starts with 5 key components. The first being governance and management. This involves setting up the appropriate policies and guardrails for cloud users, as well as defining RACIs so you can understand who owns what role and specific function, as well as what risks are going to be present in the hyperscaler. The second part of a cloud operating model is your target architecture. What should follow your target architecture is how you operate in the cloud. This is really important because this is where your processes for your day-to-day activities are set in place, as well as how you'll respond to incidents, service level management, among other things. This is going to be a lengthy part of your operating model because you're defining every single process to position VMs and do other things along those lines. A lot of this is taking what you operate on premise currently and pivoting that with a mindset change into a cloud operating model. A lot of it has to do with, let's say, CapEx to OpEx thinking, and this is probably one of the biggest challenges that we see with our customers. The fourth and probably the most important component is your security and compliance. As part of your target operating model, we need to understand what guardrails are in place from a security lens to make sure that everything is locked down in that hyperscaler account. A lot of customers are coming from an area where they're guarded by boundaries of their physical infrastructure. Moving to a hyperscaler changes the game quite a bit because of this. A lot of policies that need to be put in place are a lot more fine-tuned, such as role-based access control and network security. Following that, where you would also have in this a part of your target operating model are things like industry compliance and regulatory compliance, such as GDPR, banking industry norms, among other things in your market. The final component of a target operating model is your financial management. As you saw in the video before, you don't want your employees spinning up hundreds of VMs or any other services for that fact and give your CFO a heart attack. The point of this final section of the target operating model is that you're setting up your policies, your processes, and your guardrails to make sure that you're keeping your costs under control, especially from moving from a CapEx model where you plan and predict cost to operating and actually provisioning on the fly.